साहिल किधर है? साहिल, वेर इज साहिल? माधवेंद्र, वेर इज साहिल? एनी आइडिया? हेलो माधव.
Hello. Yes, sir.
Hello.
Yes, sir.
हसनैन, वेर इज साहिल? आवाज बहुत कम आ रहा है.
पता नहीं sir. We don't know.
I'll wait for some more time. Before uh, 8 students who has joined.
Okay, sir.
Yes, Rutika. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Any specific topic you want me to revise? Just go to the syllabus, and I will discuss the question bank also. So any specific topic you want me to revise, just let me know.
Okay, sir.
Now itself. Now itself. Do you have syllabus?
Yes, sir.
So check up.
Hello, sir.
Yes, madam. Yes, Ritika.
Sir, module 4.
Module 4. Can you read
G
it?
code, G code and M code.
Z code and M codes. Okay. Okay. So first, shall I discuss the question bank because I want that you score good in unit test too, because in case suppose the semester exam paper pen doesn't happen, then uh, or in case if the practical doesn't happen, then practical marks will be awarded on the basis of unit test. So I will just present the question bank,
Okay.
and then I will come to module 4. Have you gone through the question bank? Yeah, is it visible this?
Yes.
Yeah, just go through this 1 or 2 minutes, then we will discuss one by one. Yes, sir. You can see the screen, no?
Yes.
Yes. So now again the paper pattern will be exactly as per the guidelines which are given by the university for the unit test. Hmm. So I am not violating that. So question one will be 2 mark questions. Total marks for the question one will be 10 marks. Then question two will be 5 mark questions. And again, total marks will be 10 marks. That means in question one, you have to attempt 5 questions. And in question two, you have to attempt 2 questions. So 10 plus 10, 20. And your final score will be average of unit test 1 marks and unit test 2 marks. That you have to remember. So now here I have given you uh, good options, 2 marks questions. So you have to attempt 5 questions out of 7 or 8 questions. So you have 2 or 3 questions in options, and 5 marks questions again. You have to attempt 2 questions out of 3 or 4. So you will have 1 or 2 questions options. And this is your question bank now. Hmm. Differentiate between G02 and G03. See, now when it is 2 marks question and it is differentiation, first thing is that I think you better you write this so that there is no confusion and you people will not keep on asking me, सर मेरे को इधर इधर काटा उधर काटा ये बराबर नहीं इधर कम क्यों किया उधर कम क्यों किया. See, first thing is that uh, technically the answer should be correct. Second thing is that you should not Google it. Huh? You should not Google it because I have shown you the programs, how the rubbish programs are, which has been downloaded from the you know Google. All hopeless program, everything wrong program. So this is what happens, And why to refer, if you want to refer, then you have to refer a proper sites, authentic sites. You have to visit IITs, NPTEL, uh, AICT, those portals you have to visit and download. That information is authentic. I have shown you 3 programs which were all totally hopeless and there were a lot of mistakes which were not practical. That is one thing. And there are books available, textbooks, standard textbooks available which has been prescribed by the university. So you can always refer those. Another thing is now 2 marks questions when it is differentiate. The very first thing is that whenever it is differentiate, it has to be in tabular form. It has to be in tabular form. It should not be in paragraph form. It should not be in paragraph form. Like paragraph, I think I am making it clear. Like in students, some students they are written like say spindle drive and axis drive. So how do they write? What I expect that spindle drive should be on the left hand side and right axis drive should be on the right hand side. It should be in table. But some students they have written spindle drive का पहला information in paragraph form, then उसके नीचे axis drive का. I have honored, I have checked, but this time I will not check. I will not honor, such kind of, incorrect answer. When it is differentiated, it has to be in tabular form. Again, another thing is, if it is 2 marks, then there has to be two solid points, correct points. Hmm. Third, you people write, some students they are writing 3 points, 4 points, 5 points. But remember, we have to check a lot of papers, and we cannot keep on, checking all the points. Yeah, if it is 4 marks, then 4 points. 5 marks, then 5 points. But if it is 2 marks, then only you you have to write 2 points. If you are writing third point will not be checked. If you are writing 4 points, and if the first 2 points are wrong, and if the third and fourth point is correct, you cannot, you know, defend. Please don't ask, कि मैंने 4 पॉइंट फिर भी मेरे को 0 मार्क्स क्यों. It might have happened that what first 2 points are wrong. Then another thing is in differentiation, both the left hand side and right hand side, both the points has to be correct. हाँ, don't be under impression, even though I have given in unit test 1, don't be under impression that अगर left hand point बराबर है तो आधा मार्क मिलना है. नहीं, Both the points has to be correct. That is left hand side as well as right hand side. Both has to be correct. Then only you get one full mark. If one point, if left hand side is correct, right hand side is wrong, then straight away 0 mark for that point. So this thing you have to remember. Hmm. Now G02 you can write down G, and these are very simple. You can write it offline also. G02 is nothing but, you know, your clockwise interpolation. G03 is nothing but counterclockwise rotation. That's all. हो गया एक mark इधर ही. कोई बड़ी बात नहीं है. Then you can write the syntax. G02 is written like this. That is G, for example, syntax. That is G02. How do you, what is the syntax? G02 X. That is, you are giving the endpoint, isn't it? So X, you can say X dash. You don't have to write any number. So you can simply say X dash, Y dash, and then what do you give? You give R, isn't it? R dash. Bus. Enough. 2 points. Then if it is for three marks, then third point, suppose if you want to write, then you can show the diagram, clockwise and counterclockwise. And there you can show the start point, you can show the end points, and you can show the radius. That is again a valid point. Then spindle drive and axis drive. The spindle drive and axis drive means, spindle drive means what? It is, spindle drive is for driving the spindle, and axis drive is for driving the axis. That is X, Y, Z. And then another difference. Then tool diameter and tool length compensation. So tool diameter takes the diameter offsets, and tool length compensation takes the length offset or the height offset. Then you can write tool diameter compensation is represented by G41, G42. Tool length compensation is represented by G43. You can write also that in tool diameter you have G41, G42 two offset. In tool length there is only one offset, G43. Then EDM and wire EDM. So the first difference is here EDM में the wire EDM में you can write the electrode is in the form of wire, and here in EDM में you can write the electrode is a replica of the cavity to be cut, or the cavity to be sunk. Then second difference in EDM and wire EDM, you can write that in wire EDM a hole has to be drilled so that wire can enter through the hole. Then EDM it is not required. The hole drilling of the hole is not required. Third difference, if you want, you can write if it is for 3 marks, that wire EDM is used for through and through cavity, and in EDM it is used for blind as well as through and through also. But wire EDM cannot be used for cutting blind cavity. Blind cavity के लिए you cannot use wire EDM. Then next question is, so here you have 4 questions differentiation. Then next question is explain TNRC. And the full form of TNRC is tool nose radius compensation. So very first you can write that it is for the tool. TNRC stands for tool nose, and see now it is for the 2 marks. So you can write at least 6 lines. You can explain, and wherever drawing is there, you please draw. Huh? Because in this case you must draw the drawing, otherwise half mark will be deducted even if you write half page or 1 page, and if you don't write and if you don't draw the diagram, huh, you lose half mark. And this you can understand, when to draw the diagram and when not to draw the diagram. Like, for that you should know what is the question is, isn't it? Like in spindle drive and axis drive, if you don't draw the diagram, fine. But in TNRC, you must draw the diagram. Basically, TNRC is for your CNC lathe machines. These are for the These are for the turning tools, body turning tools. That every tool has a nose radius. The tools are not sharp. There is nothing like sharp in the universe. If there is a sharp point, it will become blunt or it will be chipped off moment it touches. So the radius is given, and that radius is for the nose radius, and you can draw the diagram showing the nose radius. The radius varies from 0.2 millimeter to 1.8 millimeter. 0.2 being the smallest and 1.8 being then the more the value of the nose radius, good cutting. Good cutting means the material removal rate is more. It can cut faster. If the radius is small, like zero point 0.2, it gives you good surface finish. When the material removal rate is less. And generally 0.4 mm nose radius is used most commonly. 0.4 for finishing, and nobody uses 1.8 for roughing. Instead of that, 0.8 ka radius is used for the roughing. So 0.8 mm is used for roughing, 0.4 mm is used for finishing. Nobody uses 0.2 for finishing because it is too small, and nobody uses 1.8 millimeter for roughing because it is too big. Surface finish will be very rough. Then write the classification of unconventional machining tabular form. You have to classify the unconventional machining in the tabular form, that is based on the energy, whether it is mechanical, electrical, thermal. Like suppose if it is thermal, then thermal means heat. So EDM, wire EDM. Then based on the finish, construction. Then based on the limitations. Then based on the cost. Then based on the accuracy. Like that you have to classify unconventional machining. This is also available in the notes which I have given in the beginning. And I am not saying that you should avoid searching in Google, but you have to see that the information is authentic. Now what is the use of tool presetter? Now tool presetter is a device. It's a offline device. Tool presetter, it's an offline device which is used for setting the height of the tool or length of the tool and for setting the diameter of the tool. How do you set the diameter? You set the diameter in case of boring bar. In case of boring bar, the diameter is not fixed. It varies because the cutting tool can be moved in and out. In case of drill, reamer, tap, the diameters are fixed, or end mill, diameters are fixed. There you don't have to do any setting of diameters. But in case of boring bar, you need to set the diameter as per the bore because every boring bar will have certain range. Certain range. At least every boring bar has a range of minimum 5 mm to maximum 10 mm. So like suppose if you want to bore a size of say 28.32. So 28.32 ka you will not get reamer. So you'll have to do it by boring bar. So which boring bar you will select? You will select a boring bar with a range of 25 to 30. And then you will take that boring bar to the tool presetter which I have shown in the videos. जहाँ पे हम लोग if you remember clamp करते थे. I'll share all the links which been uploaded on the YouTube till 9th of this month. So you have to take this boring bar to the presetter and then You have to set that tool, cutting tool means you have to take in or out such that the diameter will come to 28.32. Uh, you have to put a dial indicator to the tip of the tool. Hmm? And you have to set in such a way that dial indicator will show 0 when the size comes to 28.32. This is what your diameter setting is. And similarly, you have to use this tool presetter for setting of the length or length setting or height setting. Some drill may be short, some may be long, because we don't do this height setting business on the machine because we have to save each and every seconds. So we do this offline. That is, your machine is working, but you are setting the tools offline with the help of a device which is called the tool presetter. So here we are setting the length also. So now the tool is ready to use. So you just directly put it in the tool magazine, and then you enter that tool length and tool diameter in the tool library in the offset page. This entry can be done while the machining is going on. It can be done in the background. So the time is saved. Machining time is saved. Machine doesn't remain idle, and your productivity is increased. Of course, tool presetter is doesn't come as a free, but it is available at some nominal cost in few thousands, around 10,000. And it is worth investing in tool presetter because it is going to save you a lot of time. Uh, Then explain any two types of electrode wear. So this obviously related to your EDM. Electrode हम लोग जो यूज करते हैं EDM में, so it has different type of wears. It has edge wear, it has surface wear, it has corner wear. Hmm? So again, this also I have shared. So again, here also the diagram is expected. In tool presetter also diagram is expected. Half a mark, half a mark. Hmm? So if you write rather in electrode wear, see now in tool nose radius compensation, half mark for the diagram and 1.5 mark for the description, around 5 to 6 lines. Okay, then tool presetter के लिए again half mark for the diagram, 1.5 mark for the description. Any tubes are two types of electrode wear. Here 1 mark is reserved for the diagram. Two types of electrode wear. So दो वेयर के लिए दो डायग्राम और उसका डिस्क्रिप्शन के लिए 1 मार्क, लाइक दैट. Then I think I skip this G84 tapping cycle. So again, G84 you can write it's a CAN cycle, uh, which is conveniently used. It CAN cycle is used to reduce the editing time or to reduce the length of the program, and then you can write the syntax. If you don't write the syntax and if you keep on writing 1 page or 2 page, maximum marks what you will get is 1 mark out of 2 marks. So you must write here syntax. So G84 में you have to write first is M03. You have to start the spindle first. M03 S say any value. You can give S 1000. Then you have to write G84. Okay. Then X. Then Y. Then Z. How much depth you are going down. Then R. That is when it is coming up. R2. And then feed. This is must. Feed. So feed you write say 100 and then you have to explain in G84 the feed depends upon the this sentence has to come in G84 tapping cycle. The feed depends on the pitch of the thread and the RPM of the machine spindle, and there you have to write if, for example, if the pitch is 2 mm and if the RPM is 1000, then feed should be 1000 into 2, that is 2000 millimeter per minute. So this you have to write very explicitly. I am just giving you the key points, hmm, which should come in your answers, which should reflect in your answer. Then uh, this is done, this is done, this is done. Yeah. This is what are the limitations of water jet machining? Hmm? Again here, water jet machining the limitations. So again, no, one page answer is not required, but half a page. And again here the diagram is not expected. Water jet machining. So you can just write limitations in the sense disadvantages. So disadvantage like so you can first explain the principle of operations very shortly. See, sometimes the students they find difficulty in elaborating the answer. अरे यार 2 मार्क के लिए 5-6 लाइन कैसा लिखूं मुश्किल से 2-3 लाइन ही आ रहा है so in that case first you can explain what is water jet machining. So high pressure water is used for cutting the material. It is like a CNC milling machine only. Instead of cutting tool you are using a jet of high pressure water which cuts the material. बस ऐसा 2-3 लाइन में लिखने का and then limitations में you can write that first limitation is that and here again you don't have to write the advantages. हाँ, advantages is not limitations. हाँ, मतलब खाली लाइन बढ़ाना है इसका मतलब कुछ भी लिख रिलेवेंट लाइक you are mentioning the operation so that is relevant. hmm? Principle of operation some background information. See I will tell you and you must be knowing also because you have gone through the schoolings and junior colleges. Any brief answers you have to first give the introduction and then uh, after introduction or background huh? And then you have to describe the main body main content and then followed by last 2-3 line last paragraph followed by conclusion and then depending upon the marks you have to elaborate this but uh, these three should come whether it is 2 marks or whether it is 5 marks or whether it is 10 marks that is introduction or background directly don't jump limitations because now you are studying engineering. ये 10 स्टैंडर्ड का पेपर नहीं है कि लिमिटेशन वाटर जेट में 1 2 3 4 दो मार्क है तो 4 लिमिटेशन लिख दिया 2 मार्क यस दैट इज फाइन फॉर बोर्ड एग्जाम state board exams that is fine even if you don't write any introduction background but here as an engineering students we expect that you write introduction background first then limitations में आ जाओ and then if you want you can conclude it. So limitations you can add that first thing is that very high pressures in the range of 2000 bar to 4000 bars are required. uh, so th- it is necessary to design and manufacture such a high pressure power pack. इतना आपका कैपेसिटी का पंप चाहिए बराबर ना पंप तो tubings hosings so all these materials even the tanks also should withstand this high pressure even if there is a slight leakage and then the water will come out like a bullet because it is under very under high pressure and it will see if you write in bullet form no problem but you need to explain also little bit you need to explain also so it will come like a bullet and it is very unsafe and it can cause an accident the people surrounding will uh, it is very fatal करके ऐसा लिखने का then you can also write because of the water that equipments need special attention that is equipments of the machines आपका जो machines का जो equipments है because of the water being used continuously it may corrode because of the water so equipments or the raw material of the machine should be of very high quality all stainless steel and it should be chrome plated so these things should see this and same is the limitations for your chemical machinings and electrochemical machinings that's why those machinings are not much popular and even water jet machining also because the life of the machines are very small like normal CNC machines the manufacturer gives around 7 to 8 years whereas the peoples are using it for 15 years whereas for water jet machining the life is only about 3 years. Hmm, 3 years. So the maintenance cost is high. Preventive maintenance, you have to keep on regularly cleaning, applying the grease, and all those things. So these are the limitations of water jet machining. And then you can conclude it. You can conclude it. So if uh, whenever the production, but it is very fast. So you can that advantage you can write in the conclusion. It is a good practice to write this introduction, then main body, and followed by the conclusion. In spite of having limitations, since the um, production speeds are very high, water jet machining is used in construction. Like water jet machining अभी construction में हमारे इधर जो buildings है ना, buildings, उसको suppose if the building gets old, then how do you demolish? Either आप उसको डायनामाइट लगा के उड़ा दो, हाँ, but if it's a crowded place, हाँ, then dynamite नहीं लगा सकते. Then in such cases, because it is dangerous for surrounding, buildings. So in that case, how it is demolished? Uh, the peoples, they start from the terrace. हाँ, they start from the terrace with a big hammer, बड़ा hammer लेके, and they start hammering it. So it takes time, demolishing. But if it is water jet machining, and if it is even it is the ground, so if you take some safety, measures, precautions, then it can cut like top floor, 10th floor, 9th floor, 8th floor. Like हम bread कैसे काटते हो? Like a knife, if you like a मस्का butter, butter में से छुरी घुमाते हैं, bread में से छुरी घुमाते हैं, and it cuts. So like that, it will cut, and it will fall also properly. It is not fatter. hmm. So you get a very clean cut. And one building, even if it is 30-story building, here it takes months, but with the help of water jet machining, it can be demolished in few hours. Few hours. Very clean cut. Listen. So that is what his conclusion is. Then same thing here in write short note on ATC. So introduction, main body, and now all 5 mark questions wherever required, it is the diagram has to be drawn compulsorily. Compulsorily, diagram has to be done. So now ATC stands for automatic tool changer, and if it is APC, it is not given in the question bank, but from the semester exam, if it happens, APC stands for automatic pallet changer. So you can write ATC stand introduction. ATC stands for the automatic tool changer, which is used for changing the tools, uh, unmanned, and for the mass production. And for the mass production, this one or two sentences, and then you can describe, automatic tool changer how it is. The diagram is must. Diagram is must. So you must show the tool magazine. You must show the changing arm, and you must show the spindle, and then you can describe uh, diagram. See, never draw the diagram in the beginning. Diagram has to be placed hmm, after 3-4 lines. Do not start any question with the diagram. At least write one line. hmm. And another thing is that diagram should be closer to the text. Text means wherever you are writing. hmm. ऐसा नहीं कि you have written the text on page number 1 and you are drawing the diagram on page number 2, which is on the back side, or you are drawing the diagram on the page number 3. It should be into the nearby vicinity as shown in figure करके, and it should be in the nearby vicinity, closer to the text. Another rule for drawing is that whatever drawings you are drawing has to be cited in the text. आपका जो रनिंग टेक्स्ट है, उसमें आपको डायग्राम डिस्क्राइब करना ही है. देन थर्ड इंपॉर्टेंट थिंग इज डायग्राम है उसको अच्छी तरह से रेक्टेंगल ड्रॉ करो बाहर से, एंड यू मस्ट लेबल इट each and every component. Label it. At least 4 or 5 naming should be done there, should be written. Preferably you write a caption. ड्राइंग कैप्शन मतलब जो ड्राइंग का जो टाइटल है एटीसी टूल चेंजर या टूल आर्म, यू राइट दैट कैप्शन मतलब टाइटल, जो डायग्राम का टाइटल आप दे दो, एंड यू राइट ऑलवेज बिलो. दीज आर द रूल्स एंड इट गिव्स अ गुड इंप्रेशन. ऐसा लिखने का कि डायग्राम ऑफ ऑटोमेटिक टूल चेंजर, बट इट हैज टू बी रिटन बिलो द डायग्राम. डायग्राम निकाला, रेक्टेंगल ड्रॉ किया उसको, और फिर उसके नीचे हल्के से पेंसिल से उसका टाइटल लिख दिया. If it is a table, then caption for the table has to be written above the table. These are the rules of the documentation of proper writing of the model answer. आपको टेबल का कैप्शन जो है वो नीचे नहीं लिखने का है, टेबल का कैप्शन ऑलवेज टेबल के ऊपर लिखना पड़ता है. Differences between this and this करके. Never write table captions below. Whereas for the diagram, the caption has to be down. So this carries the marks, 5 out of 5. We don't mind giving, even if it is a theory questions. And the students, they have, those who are topper and rankers, they have got 10 on 10 in totally theoretical paper, fully theoretical paper. The students, production engineering students, they have secured around 96, 97 marks out of 100. No mathematics, nothing, totally theoretical. हम्म, ऐसा नहीं कि वी आर सिटिंग विद द स्वॉर्ड तलवार काटने के लिए. नो, नथिंग लाइक दैट. देन एडेप्टिव कंट्रोल सिस्टम. So again here also you will get the diagram in PN raw. Adaptive control system matlab the CNC machines adapts as per the situation. Like if there is no material to be cut, it senses. Huh? No material cut, it senses. Right now tool is cutting. All of a sudden, suppose if there is a slot, that means there is no contact of any material with the tool. That means there is no force acting on the tool. Correct. So that there are force measurement transducers. So it senses now there is no force. Now when there is no force, that means what machine will do? If there is no force, the machine will move fast, isn't it? At rapid rate. And moment it touches the material, huh, then the transducer will send the force, cutting force. So it understand now material there is some material to be cut. So automatically the speed will be reduced or speed will be reduced. Similarly, the chatter marks or if the tool is blunt, then again the force will increase. So it senses that force, increase in the force, and again it will give an alarm. See, something is wrong with the tool. Tool is blunt. Tool chatter marks. So this is what is called the adaptive control system. That is, you adapts. That is the CNC machine adapts as per the situation. So again, here also diagram is must. Hmm? And in 5 mark questions, the diagram carries minimum 1 mark and maximum 2 marks, depending upon the complexity. Like say in case of automatic tool changer and in case of adaptive control system, the diagram plays very important role. A proper diagram with labeling, and in both the cases, the diagram will carry 2 marks. I am telling you the distribution marks also, uh, so that uh, you have no, chance of arguments. In both the cases, the distribution mark will be for the text, it will be 3 marks, and for the diagram, it will be 2 marks. And ISO specification for CNC turning tool. So here I have told you, like say TNMG 120408. So you have to write this, then you have to explain each and every letter. It should be properly sequenced. TNMG. ऐसा नहीं होना म्हणता कि N T stands for the shape and N stands for the clearance angle. You cannot write clearance angle first and shape later. Hmm. Now here again the students make mistake that instead of CNC turning tool, they write the specifications of turning tool holder. So you get a 0 mark there. See ISO specifications for CNC. There are two specific. One is for the insert, what you use specification, and another is for the holder. Holder means which is used for holding the tool. These two specifications are altogether different. Here it is clearly mentioned CNC turning tool. So you should not write turning tool ka holder ka specification. Like when I say CNMG 120408, this is actually for the turning tool, OD turning tool. PCLNR, that is for the tool holder. If you refer PN now, you will understand this. So first you directly don't write the specification 1 or 2 line. you have to write. There are different, ISO specifications that CNC turning tools are specified by ISO coding. The advantage is that it is easy to purchase as well as it is easy to understand, isn't it? That why this specification that you have to introduce first. Don't directly jump to the specifications. First, you have to introduce why, so that it is easy to understand at international level, and it is also easy to purchase also. So this two-line description introduction has to come. Then you can write a typical ISO specification for OD turning tool, or you are free to write here. You can write for OD turning tool, you can write for ID turning tool, you can write it for the boring bar. ये भाभी को गिफ्ट दिया है मैंने। अच्छा नहीं। कोई नहीं है अंदर? नहीं ना जी। पर यहाँ पर रखने के लिए। चलेगा चलेगा। ये शो के लिए। ये उन तो घड़ी है। हाँ। ये घड़ी है। भाभी को बोल देना गिफ्ट दिया है। Okay okay, thank you. So directly don't jump. Then here what I was telling, that you can write the specification for OD turning tool, for ID turning tool, for threading tool, for boring bar, hmm, for tapping, any tool. Tool, cutting tool, not holder. Remember, it should be a cutting tool. For threading, threading inserts, any cutting tool which is used on CNC machine, you can give the specification and you can explain. So there you can write a typical specification for threading insert which is used on CNC turning machine is given below. अच्छी तरह से now see, documentation or writing skill you have to develop. Understand? See, nobody wants to read pages after pages. Understand? No. So you have to be precise, proper, and you pass the message clearly to the reader. Hmm. This will be helpful for you when you are writing your projects. Tomorrow, suppose if you are doing some project work, you are, and if you want to approach the bank, so you have to clearly, you know, give the proper project report. Not only that, tomorrow you will do ME or you will do PhDs. PhD earlier philosophy जो PhD का thesis था, हम्म, वो you will not believe, but it used to be of 600 700 pages. 700 pages का report is to go for examination. Who has got time to read this? Tell me, 700 pages का टेक्निकल रिपोर्ट है, ऐसा भी नहीं कि इट इज लाइक नॉवेल. नॉवेल पढ़ने को भी कंटाला आ जाता है, एंड दिस टेक्निकल रिपोर्ट मतलब यू हैव टू रीड एट अ स्ट्रेच. ऐसा नहीं कि एक पेज, दिन में 5 पेज पढ़ेगा तो भी 700 डिवाइडेड बाय 5 कितना होता है? फाइव, फाइव वन जा फाइव होता है, 140 दिन होता है. पाँच पाँच पेज पढ़ेंगे तो. So when you will expect the review. So the present limitations are 60 to 80 pages, not more than that. See, you might have done ample amount of work. We don't deny. And you want to write, you want to show मैंने ये किया है, वो किया है, ये लिखूं, वो लिखूं, सब लिखने का. Yes, but it is not required. Only जो related है, final उतना ही लिखना है. 60 to 80 pages, not more than that. Because if you are submitting a 700 pages report, you will be in trouble. You will have to wait for at least 1 year to get the review. Nobody has time. इतना 700 पेजेस 800 पेजेस का रिपोर्ट पढ़ने के लिए. So you should be very precise, and then same thing is that laser beam machining LBM, कुछ दूसरा मीनिंग नहीं होना था. LBM now here being a brief question, again same introduction, principle followed by diagram. Here again laser beam का diagram के लिए 2 marks, अल्ट्रासोनिक मशीन का डायग्राम के लिए 2 marks everywhere. इसमें there is no diagram, ISO specification for CNC turning tool. I mean, if you want to draw the diagram, it is fine. But since it is specification, only you have to write specification and explain. But no marks reserved for diagram here. and you can understand also. So here you have to write the principle of operation first, that is introduction, then followed by your main body, that is how does it work, construction कैसा है. तो इंट्रोडक्शन, कंस्ट्रक्शन, वर्किंग, दोनों के बीच में आप डायग्राम घुसा के बाद advantages and disadvantages and conclusion. And same thing is for the ultrasonic machining. USM stands for the ultrasonic machine. Okay. So in the next class we'll go with the module 4. If there is a next class, whenever we get it, as requested by Rutika, G codes and M codes. Now, do you have any doubts in this? Later on, there should not be any confusion. If you have any doubts in this question bank, answers वगैरह, please ask. Otherwise, we can pack up. All right. Huh? Madhav, any doubt?
No, sir.
Hello. Hmm. The KT exams are going to take place. You are aware, no?
Yes, yes.
From 2nd December.
2nd December. Yes,
Ah,
sir.
2nd December. Sir. MCQ type.
Yes, sir.
Renan, any doubt?
No, sir.
No. When is your paper, Renan? Unit test 2 का manufacturing process का
20,
hello
25th, 5th.
20 25th. Yeah, time
Not,
time
not sure after check.
12:30 na, 12:30 to 1:30. You have two papers no per day.
Yeah, two papers.
Wait, let me check. I'll just check. Yes, it is on 25th and from 12 to 1. 12 to 1. So question paper will be sent around 11:50 or so. Hmm. And when is your first paper, Renan? UT2 ka? When it is starting?
25th, sir.
वो भी no idea. Huh?
25th.
Yeah, 25th this year. So are we going to meet on Monday? Any idea? Monday, Tuesday? या तुम लोग स्टडी लीव लेने वाले हो? No idea. In case if we are meeting on Monday, then we will continue with module 4. All right. All the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.